perspective on this issue. With that, viewers, we are moving on to some other big news coming our way. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in Slovakia, marking the first ever visit by an Indian Prime Minister since Slovakia's independence. The visit is being seen as a historic milestone in India-Slovakia relations, aimed at strengthening bilateral cooperation and expanding engagement across key sectors. So this is in fact the biggest news that we are getting for you. Remember that the Prime Minister is on a tour to various European nations, and he's arrived in Slovakia today. This is the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to an independent Slovakia, and obviously this marks a historic milestone in India-Slovakia relations. There are a host of issues on the agenda now that the Prime Minister has in fact landed over there, bilateral ties being the first thing that we will be looking at, and this is 33 years after Slovakia gained independence. We are finally seeing the Indian Prime Minister in the country. Let's also get in some more breaking news coming in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was warmly welcomed in Bratislava, Slovakia, where the renowned Lushnika ensemble performed the Vande Mataram at his hotel. The cultural welcome highlighted the traditional performance as part of the reception for the Prime Minister during his visit to Slovakia, underscoring the warmth and cultural connect between the two sides. All right, let me go across to my colleague Aditya Madhavan, who's joining us live on the broadcast with more on this. Very good morning to you, Aditya. We are seeing these visuals coming out from Slovakia, the Prime Minister warmly welcomed over there.
Well, absolutely, Shivani. Very good morning to you. Indeed, it's one of the historic visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Slovakia. In several years now, an Indian Prime Minister has traveled to Slovakia, and yesterday also we had flashed the full-fledged jam-packed itinerary of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Slovakia. Where he will be holding talks with his Slovakian counterpart and several business leaders from across the world, and it's a jam-packed itinerary of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and definitely this will definitely further broaden the Indo-Slovakia bilateral ties in the years to come, and definitely we could expect a lot from this visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And let us also just put this into perspective, considering the geopolitical tensions that have been going around in the world. This morning only we have seen how this US-Iran peace deal has finally been announced by US President Donald Trump. But however, in such uncertainty of geopolitical uncertainty, it is very important to forge new partnerships with new countries. So definitely this visit is a win-win situation for both India and Slovakia. Shivani.
All right. Thank you so much, Aditya, for all those details on that front. With that, viewers, we are slipping into a short commercial.
पिछले 12 वर्षों में दिल्ली मेट्रो को विश्व स्तरीय